Come on. Yo, yo. I think y'all can hear me. 67. Nah, AC child, that thing went all the way down to about 60 grand. All right, look. Let me put myself on the screen the right way. All right. Let me open up this link. This the chart right here. What up, JJ? Jaron Gordon. Hey, bro. I think it's a move about to be made. I'm gonna show y'all something. And hopefully people can see the biz know what the fuck he talking about. Let me see. Share screen. This is shit that matters in life, man. And again, I feel like it's gonna be a move coming up that people might want to pay attention to. Um, no, even the people that don't like me, man. This is very important. A lot of dummies in here though. All right, so when we go to are we going first? We gonna do what? What I always do before I look at the market. Always go check coin cap and look at the overall feel the overall sentiment in the market. All right, let me make sure you guys can see this. Sometimes my computer be tripping. See, like right now, that shit is stuck. It's some bullshit. Y'all can't see the screen. I can see the screen. Let me see. Maybe I'll put it on this one. I might have to go. Damn, I'm trying to show this shit. You guys, fuck. I ain't doing that. It ain't even showing the screen, bro. I got everything ready. All right, well, we just got to take my word. I need to show that chart though. Fuck that. Because I want you guys to see this. This is why I came on here. Because when you look at this, you're gonna understand what I'm talking about. This right here has been made. I hope my mic wasn't on mute that whole time. This right here, I need to show you this. All right.
This has been around for years. Don't keep looking at the news. The news trick you. That's what the news designed to do. Okay? It tricks you, it manipulates you. I probably gonna edit the whole first part of this out because I went to the store and stuff. I just was getting irritated, so I went to the store and stuff, and I probably start from right here. For some reason it is raining outside, so I let the rain be a little excuse, but I'm getting a little irritated. This computer is lagging and it won't let me bring up this chart because I really want to show you guys this because it's kind of crazy how I be dead on the money. It just give me more confidence what I'm doing, and again, I feel I'm gonna put this on record. I'm gonna put this on record. I feel the first, second week in March? No, April. Because March, we need 30 days. I need 30 more days of this sideways action bullshit. And you're gonna see another tumble. Everybody's gonna get panicked. Everybody gonna be like, Bitcoin's crashing, nah, 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 nah. You're gonna have the worst sentiment ever. And that is your cue right there. All right. That will be your cue. Yo, it's time to buy. Now, when that sentiment shifts, and look at this on your screen. This has been around for years and years and years. You must understand the psychology of money, the psychology of these markets. It's all mental, right? You must understand this. The news is something that drives what? Emotions. News told you a lot of stuff and it pushes your mental one way or the other, doesn't it? When you look at the news, it pushes your mental one way or the other every time. It's like emotional when you look at the news. When you see a certain news article, it's good to pay attention to certain things in the news. Like when they start talking about earnings reports and things of that nature. But that when does the earnings report come out? Once a quarter, right? Once every quarter, that's when your earnings report hit the streets. But like when it's talking about war and stuff like that, you want to pay attention to that because that's going to shift the sentiment, make it go down. We buy when it goes down. We don't buy when it goes up. If you listen very carefully, what Biz been saying, when that market was going up like that, I was saying I don't know if I would be buying this, even though the price was steady going up. I was saying I don't know. Look at this on your screen right here. This is the psychology of money. I believe that we are in that yellow part right there. See that yellow part on your screen? I believe we are in that yellow part right there. And I believe we're halfway down into that yellow part. Let me make sure I can see what you guys are seeing. All right, yeah, I can see what you guys are seeing now. That halfway down into that yellow part, right? You're going to see more downward pressure, and it's not going to come overnight. It doesn't happen overnight. Notice how it says Wall Street's cheat sheet, psychology of money, right? What you saw, what just happened with cryptocurrency is the same thing. You remember when it was at 15,000, right? We take it back. I told you it's 4-year cycles in this game, right? Everybody was in panic mode, disbelief, upset, angry, those type of emotions, right? That's when I said, yo, this is a buy time. I'm buying. And your own psychology would go against that because you're like, man, this ain't going nowhere. It's going down. That's what you call sentiment, right? You gotta master your emotions. You gotta master the psychology of the market, right? The people with the big money, they got big money for a reason, and they got long money, and they can wait. They got more time than you. They got generational wealth, right? So they got time to wait. They got time to shake you out. They got time for all those people that were buying at 125,000, right? Everybody was buying at 100,000, 125,000 when the market was red hot. Those people got to go through what you call pain, right? They got to feel that pain, that pressure, that downward pressure. They're shaking out. Everybody that just came in it for a quick buck, all of them about to get smoked. All of them. Now, then you get the hope, recovery, optimism, right? People start to see, oh, it's doing good. When was the best time to buy if you're looking at this? We're gonna start from the left, right? From the left of this chart. The hell with the news. I'm trying to tell you guys. The news just push your mind one way or the other. You keep watching the news, it'll have you in limbo. You be buying, and then selling at the wrong time, buying at the wrong time because you based off of what you see in the news, right? Understand, time is your friend. This shit don't happen overnight. You're not gonna miss anything, right? Whoever missed the last opportunity, you have another opportunity. I believe it's gonna come. Like I would say, the first week of April, because I forget we about to be into March, so that's too close. I need April, the first week of April, yo. By then, it's gonna be time to buy this market, because by the time we was at 125,000, the bull run had already started. And I was telling you, I was on here saying it. People didn't pay attention to Bitcoin until it was at like 80,000, 90,000. That's almost all the way through the bull market. Remember, it came from 15,000. But the whole time it was going up. Look at the fucking chart here. This is what really happens in real life, right? When it's disbelief down there at the left, at the bottom, all the way to the left, when it's disbelief in the market, people are scared to buy. Don't nobody want to buy that, right? But that is literally the best time to buy. Then when it starts going up, people get hopeful. You know, people still don't want to buy, right? If you look, as we go up, optimism, relief, belief, thrill, right? In that thrill zone, that's when we was at like 100,000. Everybody was like, yo, it's good, it's good. Look at how much time they missed in the market because they was scared. They didn't buy until they really saw it going up. That's when they got confident, right? Look at Euphoria. That's when most of the knuckleheads, that's when everybody around you talking about it. That's how you know Euphoria is kicked in. When I go somewhere and I hear the damn clerk at the store telling me about crypto, oh yeah, that's my cue. It's time to sell. This is my opinions, my thoughts, my ideas. Right? It's time to sell. I believe we already hit that euphoria phase. That's when crypto was at 100 grand, 125 grand. That's when we hit that euphoria phase. We're going to repeat these cycles again, okay? I don't care about the news. What the news talking about? I wish I could get this computer on the screen because it'll probably blow your mind, the amount of accuracy I got on this shit. I'm going to try this shit again because I see it looking like it want to let me in, but it's probably going to freeze up as soon as I share the screen. So let me try to share the screen again. Right? Boom. I'm going to put that on mute. I'm going to try to share the screen again. But let's get over this chart right here. You see where it say complacency? Right? It say when the market dropped like that, look at this graph, look at this chart. It came from 125,000. Just make this shit right here been out for ages, what I'm showing you. Right? Once we get to that euphoria phase and everybody's talking about crypto, that's when it's time to do what? Exit the market. I don't give a damn if you sold at 100,000, 115,000, 125,000. Nobody can time the top. But when you're looking around you and you see everybody's talking about certain something, understand that everybody can't get rich. You must do the opposite of the herd. That's how you get a little bit of paper. Right? We coming down into that complacency zone. We already did that, right? I believe we about halfway down in that anxiety phase right there. That's where I feel we at with this market. And the next drop is going to be swift and it's going to be fast, in my opinion. And it's going to come down there, break down there, and it's going to put everybody in anger. What is that? What is that, guys? That's the time to do what? Buy that shit up. Not now. Let this market relax, yo. Let this right here happen. For those of you that's not in this, you're gonna have an opportunity. I believe it like the first week of April. I forgot we was getting close to March, right? It ain't March. It's gonna take a little bit, at least 30 days, 30 more days to play this, for this to play out. And this is my opinions, my thoughts, my ideas. Once you see this next little drop right here, because I think it's gonna go down about 55,000, yo. Right? It might push up towards 70 because it's reasons for this. I wish this damn chart would load up. I can't understand this. And when I want to talk about nonsense, this damn computer worked just fine. Right? When I'm talking about this, it want to act stupid. Let me try this one more time. Because I really want you guys to look at this. Here we go with this lagging shit. All right, we're gonna go right to the chart just in case. I normally go right to coin market cap, but I literally want you to see this. Cause you're gonna be like, yo, this nigga smart as shit. And it ain't that. It's that I'm paying attention to this shit. Is it gonna work? Now we spending and spending and spending. I'm looking at, let me see if you guys can see this shit. I gotta go on this other thing. Nope. Good. See, it was 50 people in here. They thought I was gonna talk junk. Look at them. Get out of here. It won't show. It's telling me it's showing it though. That's crazy. I think it's because it's raining outside. It's kind of irritating me too, be honest with you, because I want you to see this. Maybe I can take a screenshot of it and put it up. See, it kicked me out again. Shit, trash. I'm gonna take a screenshot of this. I want you to see this. Give you some confidence in what I'm saying. Look, you said restart the router. Hold on. All right, I want you guys to see this. Contrary to popular belief, I be looking at this shit every day. All right, this is my computer screen. Well, I want to show. Let me get a better picture so you can see the end of the graph. I bet. All right. She said restart my router. I could do that. All right. Let me put this up. Hey, this what you looking at on your screen? This is more important than any news article. Better pay attention. Once we get into that lower phase where everybody's angry, anybody ask me what is that? Look at that. That is the literal bottom of the market. Literally the bottom of the market. Once everybody start to get happy, normally in that thrill phase, that's the top of the market. So if you was able to hold your emotion, this right here is very powerful. You gotta pay attention to this. You gotta let this sink in, yo. You gotta let this sink in, because if you could figure this shit out, you could literally make some serious paper around here, bro. Because it is an emotional game. Because anytime you're dealing with money and stuff like that, it's so emotional. You know, you go one way. One day you wake up, the market is up, you feeling good, right? The next day you wake up, the market is down, you feeling bad. When you should do the opposite. You should do the opposite. When the market is up, you should be a little weary. When the market is down, that's when you should feel good. But not no down day-to-day shit. You need to see time in it. Boom, boom. Like I said, April. And it's funny because my daughter's birthday the first week in April. I think by then we might see that swoop down about $50,000, man. And I'll be on here like, yo, this is probably your opportunity. You're gonna have some knuckleheads. How you know? I'm gonna be like, all right, bruh. I'm trying to tell you, you're gonna see all the news articles is bad. They're gonna be like, oh, crypto is crashing, Bitcoin is da. Hey, yo, can you hear me? Is my mic on? What you gonna do? Watch this shit happen again? But it ain't gonna happen overnight, right? That'll be opportunity for you to do what? Scale in, start buying, not just dump a bunch of money in there. That's when you know, okay, it's buy time. Start little by little adding. Because it might be like that for 6 months, 6, 7 months. Then it's going to start to go up. People not going to believe it. That's when you stop buying, right? That's when you stop buying, right? And then you just watch. And it's going to go up, come down, go up, go up. And the next thing you know, we be at $200,000. And people going, guess what's going to happen? Everybody going to be hyped up again, thinking Bitcoin going to $1 million. They're going to be buying at 200,000. They're going to get their boots smoked, and their cycle going to repeat itself. Day to day will mess people up because they're so emotional. You know, let me put this picture up right here. I just took up my computer screen. I feel a little irritated that it won't let me show what I'm looking at over here. And I'm happy to get okay. Oh man, I need to make this bigger. This is my computer screen. Look at those two little blue lines right there. Man, I'm mad as hell this computer acting like this, man. I'm telling you. I'm getting irritated with this computer because it should be better. Anytime I come on here and want to argue or something, it worked pretty good. But now it want to act stupid. Let me try to make it bigger. But this ain't for everybody, though. That's why I come on here. And I just want people away from me. I'm that type of guy, you know? I'm that type of guy, man. I could get rid of people, man, easily, man. So I make it in life. Everybody ain't your friend, you know? So everybody ain't supposed to be around for the come up either. So look, right here, I think this is better. Yes, this is way better. Yo, these lines on this graph that I drew months ago. See those two little blue lines right there? I didn't even extend it further out. I stopped right there because that's where we was at in the market. And I said, we're going to revisit this. See that top line? That top line was previous resistance. Once we broke through the resistance, we went up, came back down, tapped the line, went even higher, and it's over. If you look, right? I wish I could zoom in, but my computer acting stupid. If you look to the left, right? We read charts. When you read the chart, you read from right to left, like a backwards book, right? When you read a book, you read from left to right. We're reading the chart right here. So we're going to read from right to left. If you look at that red line right there, it's like very faint. That's where the current price is. It's below the previous resistance, which turned into support, right? Once we broke through that now became support. That was our support line. We just literally broke through that shit. See the next blue line, the bottom blue line on that chart? Price gonna tap that shit. Now watch what I tell you. Because we broke through the previous floor, right? Price gonna end up tapping that shit. It might be a quick move. It might be a long drawn out move. You better be ready for that shit. And I think I'm looking at my computer now. See, my computer is working for me. It just won't allow me to share the screen. That last blue line I got on here is sitting at 55,000. It might go a little bit low because it could wick lower. I think it might hit like, let me look and see what this one is. Let me look. This could be it right here. 52,000. Between 50 and 55,000, I'll say that. That's where that last blue line is on this chart that I drew months ago. Why did I draw that? Because that was support resistance, right? The support was the 55,000 because that's where price didn't want to go below. The resistance was 70, like 72, something like that. Let me look, make sure. I'm looking at my computer. I'll tell you exactly where the price is, where that blue line is. 72,000, right? That's where resistance was. Where? Look at the blue section. Don't look at the other part. Just look at the blue section. The top blue line was at 72. The bottom blue line was at 55, between 50 and 55, right? Look at how price bounced in between that channel. That little blue channel right there, it just bounced in between that channel for months. It did that. Let you know that that's strong areas of confluence on this Bitcoin cycle, on this chart that you're looking at. It's strong confluence right there. I be doing this. Why they be running their mouth? That's what I be doing. I be doing this. So I'm looking at price. When it went up that high, I said, what? I don't want to buy. Then when it's coming down, I told you, I said, guys, this shit gonna crash. How do I figure this out? Because I'm just simply looking at previous areas of support and resistance. And there's other things I look at. Like if you look at the bottom of that chart, you'll see lines right there. That's the stochastic RSI. And that's also the regular RSI, because you got momentum and you got the stochastic RSI is about momentum. The RSI is about like price action, right? So they're both in that low area right there. It's very low. If you damn, I wish I could. Man, our computer driving me nuts with this. It's gonna make me go buy another one or get this thing. Maybe I got some data on there or whatever I need to clean out. I don't really know. I don't be using computers, but I'm mad about this. But anyway, the RSI, the stochastic RSI, okay, they are at that low area right there. That's normally a buy signal. I feel like we done broke through support, right? We might get a rally, okay? It's going to be a fake rally. They don't hear me though. How can I tell you this? Because why? 72,000 was a previous area of resistance and support. It's a strong right now we done turned it back into resistance because we fell below that. Price is at what? What's price at right now? Price is at 66,000. You know how hard it's going to be for Bitcoin to go back above 72,000? And if it go above there, it might just it might peek its head through there and come right the fuck back down. It's a lot of buy and sell pressure right there. That's why you see that channel, that blue channel right there. That was buy and sell. That was a channel, a big channel of confluence right there in the graph. So that's how you know that's a strong area, a very strong area to buy and sell right there. It's a lot of buyers and sellers in that area right there. A lot of sellers at 70,000, a lot of buyers at 50,000. You're looking at it right there on your screen. I believe, my personal opinion, this might not be fact. I can't tell nobody what to do, right? Look at that fucking drawdown. Notice how the first drawdown, now we're going back towards the right, right? Once you look at all-time highs, I want you guys to go to all-time highs. I wish I had my mouse so I could point it out. But go look at the highest point on the chart. That's why I say all-time highs. And then look, you had one step down, and then it went sideways up a little bit, another step down. We might see that sideways up a little bit move, and one more step down towards where? That 55,000 area. Might not be right, but goddamn, it's a good ass educated guess, isn't it? And I know in my brain, if I see that fucking that damn price tap 50,000, between 50 55,000, I'm start buying. Nobody got to tell me shit. It might take, but how do I be ready to buy? Right now, you prepare yourself by stacking that paper. You like, so say my goal is to invest $100 a week, right? I just put $100 to the side every day. Just put it in my brokerage. Don't even buy shit. Just put it over there. $100. I'm like, yo, God, if this shit tap that 50,000, I'm buying. I don't give a damn what the world talking about. I don't care what's going on in the news. I'm not going to put all my money in there, but that's when I'm going to start my buying. Because who knows? It might drop to 45 because you got wicks too. You might get a quick drop and a recovery. That'll be your last time. Trust and believe what I tell you. Bitcoin is here to stay. Okay? This is a mind game that you're looking at right now. It's all about the psychology of the market. Bitcoin is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere. They've been trying to get rid of Bitcoin until the government start approving it. The state of Texas bought Bitcoin. They started a Bitcoin treasury. Everybody's gonna end up adopting this shit. And we worried about bullshit on YouTube all day. How many people in here? 30. I like it like that. I'm telling you. These are the people right here that kind of want to pick something up what I'm putting down. Pick up some of this game that I'm putting down. But isn't it funny to you that I had those blue lines already drew long time ago before the price went skyrocketing. We are now back under previous support and resistance with that $72,000 area. I'm saying this with a high degree of confidence, yo. And prices at 66,000 right now. I'm telling you right now, in my personal opinion, it's going to be very hard for Bitcoin to go above $72,000. And if it go to 72,000, it's definitely probably going to stop at 75. It ain't going too higher than that, yo. And then it's going to drop again. That next time it drop, yo, man. Don't worry about, yo, I could have been in at this. Nah, time is your friend. Opportunity comes once in a lifetime, yo. When I was talking about this at 15,000, it was the same exact thing going on in this chart, yo. The same exact thing. But we were already at that lower level. If we come down here and tap that $55,000 area, I would be, by that time, right? Because when is that coming? I said probably, I'm predicting this. I'm trying to predict this. No, I'm not Nostradamus. Anybody that comes on here and tell you they know exactly what they're talking about, don't listen to them. Because nobody knows shit, for real. It's all an educated guess, right? Education based on what? The knowledge you know. That's where you get the guess game from. That's why I really say to people, only certain news you should look at. Like with Donald Trump up there talking about Bitcoin, they're gonna embrace Bitcoin. Yeah, that's something you should pay attention to. But every little news event that you see day to day is designed to draw your emotions, right? I'm not touching this market right now. I feel like we might run up this 70,000. So whoop-de-doo. 75,000 from here. Okay. Guess what's going to happen after that? The people that bought at 125, they're going to try to get the fuck out the market because they scared to death right now. Imagine you buying Bitcoin at 125 and you looking at that shit, it's at 60,000. You just lost half your money. And you telling me Bitcoin crashing. Biz telling you, no, you bought late, motherfucker. Bitcoin ain't crashing nowhere. It ain't going nowhere. It's shaking out the weak hands, right? The people that bought at 125, they gotta feel this shit. They gotta feel the pain of what Bitcoin do to your ass. But everybody that bought at 15,000, they rich. They sell it. Yo, I feel like we gonna go to $250,000, $300,000 eventually, yo. So if you could get it at 50,000, right? If you could get it at 45,000, like I said, when you see that $50,000 level, first of all, that's a very strong psychological level. Just think about it. 50,000 is a nice even number, right? We might tap that shit, yo. And then what? Buyers gonna step in. People that's smart, yo, they gonna step in and start buying that shit up. While everybody else panicking, driving themselves crazy. Oh, the market's gonna crash. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up, man. So I would be patiently waiting, stacking my $100 a week, whatever you decide based on your budget, right? I always call it what? Throwaway money. Whatever your throwaway money budget is. Instead of throwing all this fucking super chats and all this shit, throwaway money. That's throwaway money, right? $25 over here. $50 over here. Every week, just put that shit in the kitty. Just let that money pile up. Because why? When that market dropped like that, you could start deploying that money. Right? I ain't saying putting it all in at one time, but you might end up with a nice lump sum of money, maybe $2,000, $5,000 sitting there, just chilling. Right? And then that market drop, everybody cry like a baby. When I go back to this chart right here, remember this? The psychology of the market. When everybody start crying and complaining, little by little. Don't just put all your fucking money at one time. That's weird, right? We don't know where this market gonna go, but we're gonna be educated on what we're doing with our money. Because the goal is to make money, not to lose money, right? Number one rule is make money. That's the number one rule, bro. So I'm looking at the yellow zone. Look at that yellow zone right there. We in the middle of that yellow zone. Look how many different levels it is in that yellow zone. There's 3 levels there, huh? Look at this chart right here. You got 1, 2, 3. Well, the third one ain't come yet. Is the market crashing? No. It's shaking out people that wasn't here from the beginning. All the people that bought Bitcoin at $1,000, they gonna tell you they rich. They gonna tell you, shit, I did this motherfucker. I did Bitcoin and go back to $30,000. Bro, I'm gonna sell my house. I'm gonna put all my money in this shit. And I'm gonna go close my eyes and go to sleep. I'm gonna take a fucking mortgage out on my house, all that shit. I'm gonna go to sleep. And I'm gonna wake up a year or two later rich as fuck. Because I would literally be buying where? In that red zone down there where everybody's crying like a little baby. That's what we need to do. So this is like a little quick live stream, you know. Like I said, I was driving around the first part. I just don't like certain shit I see on here. It's just like niggas is funny style. You know, I don't do that sucker shit. I ain't with that sucker shit, bro. I'm not with it at all. My personality don't agree with certain shit. So I see sucker shit on here. I'm shit, fuck that, man. I start getting myself away from that type of shit. Straight up clown shit going on. You know? And I'm sure other people can see that shit. I don't gotta mention nothing. Y'all niggas see that shit. Straight clown shit going on it. So that first part of this live, I'm gonna edit that out because I was driving around. I just wanted to get on live so I don't have to look at certain shit. Look at sucker shit going on right in my face. Niggas playing in my face and shit. So I said, you know what? I got something to talk about for real. I've been wanting to talk about this. I've been saying I want to talk about this money. So I think like that's when I should talk about it. When everybody's not paying attention, and yeah, I want them to look stupid at the end of the day. Remember, guys, I was one of the kids that sat in the front of the class. You know, I was on honor roll and shit, gifted and talented programs and shit. Right, and I find this subject right here very interesting to me. I like looking at this type of stuff because this is a way to financial freedom, man. You know, when you coming from a place where I come from, and you see where I'm at now today, and it's all because of this. Like, can't nobody tell me nothing about this. They can't tell me this shit fake or this shit don't work. They can't. Like, once you see this shit, like I said, you can't unsee it. You know, it's hard to unsee something you see, yo. You know. So when you looking at this right here, I can't unsee this shit. I'm looking at this like, yo, we in that yellow zone. I'm saying that with a degree of certainty. I'm saying ain't no going back above 125. Not in the near future. That's over with. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm looking for my opportunity. Boom. Then I come back to my previous months ago lines in the sand that I drew right here on this fucking chart. I'm looking at that lower level right there like, yo, that's the spot right there. That is the spot. If we get to 50,000, between 50, 55,000, my attendance going to go all the way up. And I'm going to have dry powder, which is called cash in layman speaking term. I'm going to have dry powder sitting there on the sideline waiting to attack this market. You know, and not aggressively, because remember, time is your friend, right? Even when it get down to 50, it might stay down that bitch for 3 months, 2-3 months. While everybody complaining, it might, in that time frame, it might drop to 45. I know 50 is a better buy than 66. If I was buying it today, I'll be able to buy more Bitcoin if it get to 50. I'm already in the market, right? This is my rule of thumb. If you're not in the market, just fuck it. Just take some money and just throw in that shit. Wherever the price at. Just throw in that shit. That way you got some skin in the game. Not a lot of money. Just a starter position. $100, bitch. Take it. Wherever it go, I don't care. And then work your way in from there, you know. And the smartest bet is to see that $55,000, $50,000 level. When I start to see 55,000, I'm tasting myself, Biz, how much lower you think this shit gonna go? Bitcoin is here forever. That's when that logic start kicking in. Right? That brain, like, all right, Biz, now, where you think this shit going to zero? You think this shit going to zero? Fuck no. You got to remember, they accepting Bitcoin everywhere. Bitcoin has become legal tender in some countries. You got to remember when Larry Fink came on TV talking about crypto, the price was at 62,000. I believe they probably was buying around 40,000, 45, 35,000. Shit, they probably was buying at 15,000 when I was telling everybody to buy. Wait for the sentiment to go to hell. Wait for everybody to be crying and complaining. That's how you know what time it is. Your cue will be everybody's feelings. When everybody's feeling a certain way, you got to do the opposite. You got to know when to attack, yo. And right now, in my opinion, ain't no attacking. It's chill time. That's why I ain't really been talking about it. It ain't no use for me to come on here and talk about this every day. But I see that, you see that right there, how we dropped below that first blue line, that top blue line right there, and now it's starting to work its way down. I believe it's going to tap that bottom line. That bottom line is around 50, 55,000, and it might wick, right? They got the ends of the candles is called a wick. It might wick down into that $45,000 range. It might, you don't know, right? Nobody knows for certain. Be ready. I start my buying at 55,000. And if it dropped to 45, I'm putting the house in. I'm betting it. I'm betting. I'm going betting. You know what I'm saying? If anybody tell you we going to 100,000 right now, they out their fucking mind. It ain't happening no time soon. It's gonna happen, but maybe a year from now, year and a half from now. Right now, it's time to relax. Yo, these cycles repeat itself. The next time you see, if Bitcoin have another major crash, bro, that's it. It ain't doing that shit no more. That'll be the bottom, in my opinion. That'll be the bottom of the market, where a bunch of people just got liquidated, a bunch of money was wiped off the table, and it's starting all over from scratch, and it's about to rally itself up and drop and scare the shit out of people for another year. And before you know it, you're going to look, that bitch is going to be at $200,000. You're going to be like, damn, how the fuck we get here? This is how the market worked. Remember, it went to 70,000 and went all the way back down to 15. Everybody was crying and complaining. That was the buy zone. And then it went from 15 to 125. Yo, it's going to be at 125. It probably dropped all the way to 50,000, 45,000. What you think? Think about it. Next rally up, probably go to fucking $250,000. Bitcoin is here to stay, y'all. Ain't going nowhere. Remember that. Big money is in Bitcoin now. The institutions, the big dogs is in this shit. Where you think it's going to zero? You just want to try to time your buys, man, your entries, like in your best favor, in your favor. If you ain't got nothing in the market, I don't care what the price at, just buy some of that shit. But if you already in this market, be savvy, man. Be savvy with your purchases. Your money is the key, money is the key in this market. You can't do nothing without bullets. I like to say your dry powder is your bullets, So this right here is something you should take a screenshot of and put this in your mental, right? You need to look at this shit and pay attention to what's going on around you, and you kind of understand where we at in the market. I believe we in that middle area in that yellow right there. We ain't really get to the red yet. That way bottom where everybody's pissed. I don't see that going on in the market. I actually see people are still positive. That's telling me, yeah, keep buying, motherfucker. I'm chilling with my hands in my pockets, looking. I'm waiting for my real opportunity when it come down to that, back to that red, and it just repeats itself. Right? This cycle has been around for years, and like I said, the best to ever do it. I mean, it's the best to ever do it. And he said this. He said if you can master the emotions, man, you be damn good in this market. It's emotional. It's an emotional roller coaster. It is nobody gonna tell you it's easy because you're gonna feel your own emotions pulling you one way. You're gonna be like, man, I better sell and take what I got, and that's the fucking wrong thing to do. Then when the market going up, you're like, yo, I need to buy. That's the wrong fucking thing to do. I'm the same guy that told you at 90 bands it was a wrap. And look, if we went all the way down to 60, that bitch went all the way down to $60,000, yo. But it only stayed down there for a little while. Now it's looking like it's working its way back up, right? People starting to get hyped up again. Hey, hold it. Remember, Biz said that $72,000, $74,000, that area right there is strong confluence in the charts. I'm not making this up. Look at the chart for yourself, right? Look at those lines I drew. I'm not making this shit up. It's strong resistance support at $72,000. It was a long channel right there, bouncing back and forth. Bloop, 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 bloop. That means there's a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers in that area. That's why I kept bouncing in that little channel right there before it decided to break that resistance and it took the fuck off. We got to build that same structure. We ain't built a structure yet. We on the way down to start trying to build new structure, right? And all you can go off is the chart when you look backwards, and see where was the previous areas of support and resistance, strong areas of support and resistance. And I'm telling you where they at. I'm looking at it. It's telling me, the chart telling me where it's at. Every time it went down in that $50,000 range, look how it bounced away. It didn't want to stay down there. So just my thoughts, my opinions on this right here. Hopefully you guys can take notes. I'm about to get out of here. It's some funny style shit going on purpose. Niggas can see that shit. I know I can see that shit. I ain't no goofy. Y'all got any questions? Let me see. What up, C-Child? CP3 in this thing. What up, Angel B? Sneak ahead in this thing. I see y'all. Now I'm looking at this. Tarana Black said this dude created a game and news website with nothing but AI writers. AI is a good. Now, see, we all can see the AI. We all can see that coming. Just because the market crashing ain't stopping AI. Remember, the actual product and the market is two different things. You invest in the right area if you put your money in AI. The market will scare the shit out of you and make you feel like you're not, but you can see it that the AI is the future. It's right here in your face. Look, everybody's using it, but the market, however, will do the opposite because the market is not a safe place, man. The market is not for the weak, boy. It'll shake you out. But once you've been in the market, then you get to understanding like, yo, this shit is a game. Because it is. It's a manipulation game, man. And it's designed to transfer money from the hands of the impatient to the hands of the patient. That's what the market is designed to do. And who's the most patient in the market? The people with the long money, because they billionaires, they rich. They don't need no money. They got that 1965 money. So they ain't worried about shit, right? Us, common man, we need our money. So that's who they prey on. They could let that shit sit there for the next 100 years and it don't bother them. That's who we playing this game with. Those type of people. So you must be patient. You must understand. So all this legislation they pass, all this crypto laws they put in effect, they just gonna walk all that shit back and erase all that shit? No. But you looking at the Bitcoin chart and the Bitcoin price is gonna get scared out of your bag. Whole time they sitting there waiting for your ass to drop the price so they could come in and buy all that shit up as cheap as they could get it and do this shit all over again. And you'll be doing what? Buying back at the top again. Because that's what it do to you. It's an emotional roller coaster. So let me see if anybody got any questions. What up, CP3? What up, Hank J? Appreciate you, bro. Bro, Hank, I'm a little irritated because my computer keep lagging on me. It's like, don't want to let me get on. It is raining outside, so I could chalk it up to some of that. Maybe the weather messing up my router or whatever. JJ told me to unplug my shit and start it back up, but who knows? Ryan Campbell in the building. You know? What up, Ronald Jones? Ronald want the link. You know, so if you guys stay focused, I keep it like this with a little bit of people in here. I like this. They could go talk all that bullshit they want. I see some bullshit going on this platform. Let me see Ronald want the link. What the hell Ronald talking about? Y'all know I rock with Ronald. I think he's funny, and I think Ronald pretty smart. A lot of people think he's stupid, but I think he's smart. I think he plays stupid, and he do that shit on purpose. See what the hell Ronald want. Watch he come up here with some bullshit. Watch. Yo, day one OG. The link in the chat, Ronald. How many tabs you have open? Yo, King Mills only got 2. I got the Coin Market Cap because I wanted to show y'all the Fear and Greed Index. I can tell y'all the Fear and Greed Index sitting at a 13 right now. That's pretty damn low, right? And which means there's a lot of fear in the market right now. But just chill. Let Bitcoin do its thing. Let Bitcoin fuck these people up, and you just sit back and be patient. Remember, I'm telling you, I swear, guys, God, man. First week of April, yo, be ready. Be paying attention to that shit. If you see fucking Bitcoin crash again, yo, don't ask me no questions. Just go start a little bit at a time. Don't put all your money in at once because it might go lower. You want to be able to buy in stages, right? You want to be buy $100 here, $100 here, $200 here. That market go too low. Put all I'm betting all that shit. I told you, if I see fucking $30,000 Bitcoin, bro, I'm selling my house, man. I'm gonna sell my house and live on my car for a couple years, and I'm gonna be rich as fuck. You know the crazy part, yo? I was telling people that I wanted to do that shit, and people was thinking I was weird. I was like, yo, I'm about to mortgage my house and buy this crypto when it was at like 15,000. And my realtor, because he talked to me all the time about this shit, he was like, man, you crazy. I was like, bruh, I swear to God, I think I should do that shit. Man, I should have just went with my gut and did that shit. If I get that feeling again, I'm gonna act on it. The price gotta make me feel like that. It gotta go to a so low of a number that it don't make sense that I'm gonna do that shit. I should put in for the money now. That way, when it happened, I'm ready. You can't be scared. You know, scared money don't make no money. You gotta realize Bitcoin here to stay. That shit ain't going nowhere. Fuck the price, right? The hell with the price. Now look, would you rather buy at 60,000 or 125,000?